This is the top 50 most common certification question that you could have in your exam. If you want to download the complete list of current updated question, please download it from the link provided in the description. Our question is, an administrator supporting global team of Salesforce users has been asked to configure the company settings. Which two options should the administrator configure? Option A, login hours. Option B, password policy. Option C, default language. Option D, currency local. The correct answer is option C and D. Moving to our next question. The administrator that cloud kicks need to automatically route support cases regardless of how they are created to a queue based on case priority. What tool should the administrator use? Option A, email to case. Option B, assignment rules. Option C, auto response rules. Option D, web to case. Correct answer is option B. Next one. Dreamhouse Reality needs to use consistent pick list value on the category filed on accounts and cases with value respective to record types. Which two features should the administrator use to fulfill this requirement? Option A, dependent pick list. Option B, global pick list. Option C is multi-select pick list. Option D is custom pick list. Correct answer is option B and D. Next one. Northern Trial Outfitters wants to encourage employees to choose secure and appropriate password for their Salesforce accounts. Which three password policies should an administrator configure? Option A, maximum invalid login attempts. Option B, prohibited password values. Option C, required use of password manager app. Option D, password complexity requirements. Option E, number of days until expiration. Correct answer is option A, D and E. Our next question. Which two objects are customizable? The state setup flow. Choose two answers. Option A, lead. Option B, campaigns. Option C, opportunities. Option D, campaign members. Correct answer is option A and C. Next one. Universal Containers has three separate lines of business. Each line has specific fields that must be displayed to users. However, the fields needed by the sales team are different than the fields needed by the service team. How should the administrator configure this requirement? Option A, create two record type with each with 3-page layouts. Option B, create one record type with 6-page layouts. Option C, create 3 record types with each 2-page layout. Option D, create 6 record type, each with 1-page layout. Correct answer is option C. Next question. Ursa Major Solar has service legal agreements that are routed to support queues. Cases that meet the 24 hours SLA needs to be automatically reassigned to the next tier queue. Which feature should be used to fulfill this requirement? Option A, Einstein case routing. Option B, auto response rule. Option C, case assignment rule. Option D, case escalation rule. The correct answer is option D. Next one. Sales rep at Ursa Major Solar having difficulty managing deals. The leadership team has asked administrator to help sales reps prioritize and close more deals. The administrator configured to help with these issues. Option A, Einstein activity capture. Option B, Einstein opportunity scoring. Option C, Einstein search personalization. Einstein lead scoring. Correct answer is option B. Next one. Nadan Trial Outfitters has hired interns to enter leads into Salesforce and has requested a way to identify these new records from existing leads. What approach should an administrator take to meet this requirement? Option A, create a separate lead lightning app. Option B, define a record type and assign it to the interns. Option C, set up web tool lead for the interns use. Option D, update the active lead assignment rules. Correct answer is option B. Next one. Ursa Major Solar has path on case. The company wants to require its users to follow the status values as they are on the path. Agents should be prohibited from reverting the case back to a previous status. Which feature should an administrator use to fulfill this request? Option A, predefined field values. Option B, global value pick list. Option C, dependent pick list. Option D is validation rules. Correct answer is option D. Next one. Administrator at Nadan Trial Outfitter is unable to add a new user in Salesforce. What could cause this issue? Option A, a username is ready in use another organization. Option B, username is restricted to the domain specific by my domain. Option C, email address used for the username has a contact record. Option D, email used for the username is not a corporate email address. Correct answer is option A. Next one. An administrator at the Northern Trial Outfitters is creating a validation rule. Which two functions should the administrator use when creating a validation rule? Option A, formula return type. Option B, error condition formula. Option C, error message location. Option D, rule active date. Correct answer is option B and C. Next one. An administrator is planning to use data loader to mass import new records to the custom object from the new API. What will the administrator need to do to use the data loader? Option A, add a permission set that allows them to import data. Option B, append their security token and the end of their password to login. Option C, use the data import tool to mass import custom object records. Option D, reset their password and their security token. Correct answer is option D. Next one. Which setting on a profile makes a tab hidden in the All App Launcher to viewable in Party app, but still allows a user to view records that would normally be found under this tab? Option A, object permissions. Option B, app permissions. Option C, pig white defaults. Option D is tab settings. Correct answer is option D. Next one. The administrator for AW computing is working with a user who is having trouble logging into the Salesforce. What should the administrator do to identify why the user is unable to log in? Option A, review the login history for the user. Option B, check the attempted logins by running the setup audit trial. Option C, pull the password history to ensure the password policy was followed. Option D, reset the security token for the profile. You can give the answer of this question in the comment section. Our next question. The IT manager at Universal Containers is doing an audit of the system security. How should the administrator provide a summary of the ORG security health? Option A, change the organization-wide default to private to restrict visibility. Option B, turn on the event monitoring to track user events. Option C, download the last 6 months of user login data. Option D, run a health check to identify vulnerabilities. Correct answer is option D. Next one. CloudKicks is introducing a new shoe model and wants to advertise on TV, radio, print and social under the banner of a new runners. In addition, total statistics for this marketing effort needs to be aggregated and visible. Which feature should the administrator use to implement this functionality? Option A, junction object. Option B, parent campaign field. Option C, lookup relationship. Option D, master detailed relationship. Correct answer is option D. Our next question is, sales managers would like to know what could be implemented to surface important values based on the stage of the opportunity. Which tool should an administrator use to meet this requirement? Option A, opportunity processes. Option B, dynamic forms. Option C, path key fields. Option D, workflow rules. Correct answer is option C. Next one. What will happen to the charter post in this situation? Option A, the pending charter post will be cancelled. Option B, the pending charter post will be sent to the 10th of month. Option C, the pending charter post will be paused. Option D, the pending charter post will be sent in 30 days. Correct answer is option D. Next one. The administrator has created new users for 10 new employees at the Northern Trial Outfitters. Why are these users unable to access the account object in the Salesforce? Option A, user's profile required a sharing rule for accounts. Option B, user's profile requires permission to the account object. Option C, users' role are low at the role hierarchy. Option D, organization-wide default are set to private. Correct answer is option B. Next one. CloudKick stores information about specific customers in contact and information about shoes and accessories in the custom merchandise object. What should the CK administrator use to represent that contact can be interested in multiple pieces of merchandise? Option A, hierarchy column. Option B, lookup filter. Option C, formula field. Option D is junction object. Correct answer is option C. Next one. The administrator at Universal Container has created two objects. Containers purchase. Management has requested that all container records display on purchased records in Salesforce. Which type of relationship between container C and purchase C should satisfy the requirement? Option A, roll up summary field. Option B, formula field. Option C, master detail field. Option D, lookup field. Correct answer is option B. Next one. Universal Containers wants to provide reseller partners with the discounted price on the products they purchase. How should an administrator configure this requirement? Option A, add a partner discount field to the opportunity. Option B, build separate reseller partner products. Option C, use a different opportunity record type. Option D, create a separate price book for reseller partners. Correct answer is option D. Next one. USA Major classifies its accounts as silver, gold, or platinum level. When a new case is created for the silver or gold partner, it should do the regular support queue. When an account is platinum level, it should automatically go to priority support queue. What should the administrator use to achieve this? Option A, assignment rules. Option B, case rules. Option C, workflow rules. Option D is escalation rules. Correct answer is option A. Next one. The administrator at AW Consulting has created a custom pick list field. Business users have requested that it be a text field. The administrator attempts to change the field type but is unable to because it is referenced by other functionalities. Which functionality is preventing the field type from being changed? Option A, formula field. Option B, record type. Option C, visual force. Option D is JavaScript. Correct answer is option D. Moving to our next question. What data loss consideration should an administrator keep in mind when changing a custom field type from text to pick list? Option A, there will be no data loss with the use of the global value set. Option B, assignment and escalation rules may be affected. Option C, auto updates will be made to visual force references to prevent data loss. Option D, any list view based on the custom field is deleted. Correct answer is option D. Next one. Ursa Major Solar wants its sales reps to be aware when they are speaking with high profile customers. Which two options should be added to the lightning record pages to achieve this? Option A, custom component. Option B, highlight panel. Option C, action and recommendation. Option D, component visibility filter. Option E is rich text area. The correct answer is option A and C. Next one. What should an administrator use as an identifier when importing and updating records from the separate system? Option A, rich text field. Option B, record ID. Option C is auto number field. Option D is external ID. Correct answer is option D. Our next question is, users at CloudKicks are reporting different options when uploading a custom pick list on the opportunity object based on the kind of opportunity. Where should an administrator update the option in the pick list? Option A, fields and relationship. Option B, related lookups filter. Option C, record type. Option D, pick list value sets. Correct answer is option C. Next one. An administrator has been asked to update a flow that was created as a part of the recent update. When the administrator opens the flow for editing, the flow toolbox offers only four elements: assignment, decision, get records, and loop. What would cause this? Option A, flow in the screen flow. Option B, the version of the flow is inactive. Option C, the flow is a before save flow. Option D, the version of the flow is activated. The correct answer is option C. Next one. An administrator wants to create a form in Salesforce for users to fill out when they lose a client. Which automation tool builds support creating a wizard to accomplish this goal? Option A, process builder. Option B, approval process. Option C, outbound message. Option D, flow builder. The correct answer is option D. Our next question. The client services and customer support team share the same profile but have different permission set. The custom object retention related list needs to be restricted to the client services team. The lightning record page layout. What should the administrator use to fulfill this request? Option A, sharing settings. Option B is page layout assignment. Option C is component visibility. Option D is record type assignment. Correct answer is option C. Next one. The VP of the sales at Universal Containers wants to prevent members of the sales team from changing an opportunity to a date in the past. What should an administrator configure to meet this requirement? Option A, assignment rule. Option B, validation rule. Option C, field level security. Option D, approval process. Correct answer is option B. Next one. Northern Trial Outfitters wants to track ROI for contacts that are key stakeholders for opportunities. The VM of the sales requested that this information be accessible on the opportunity and available for reporting. Which two options should the administrator configure to meet this requirement? Option A, customize campaign member role. Option B, add the campaign member related list to the opportunity page layout. Option C, customize campaign role. Option D, customize opportunity contact role. Option E, add the opportunity role contact related list to the opportunity page layout. Correct answer is option D and E. Moving to our next question. When the sales rep clicks a button on an opportunity, a simple discount calculator screen should be launched. Which automation tool should an administrator use to build this discount calculator screen? Option A, flow builder. Option B, workflow rule. Option C, platform event. Option D, process builder. Correct answer is option A. Next one. Northern Trial Outfitters wants to initiate expense reports from the Salesforce to the external HR system. This process needs to be reviewed by managers and directors. Which two tools should an administrator configure? Option A, quick action. Option B is outbound messages. Option C is approval process. Option D, email alert action. Correct answer is option B and C. Next one. CloudKicks is working on a better way to track its product shipment utilizing Salesforce. Which field type should an administrator use to capture coordinates? Option A, geolocation. Option B, geofence. Option C, custom address. Option D, external lookup. Correct answer is option A. Next one. What are two considerations an administrator should keep in mind when working with Salesforce objects? Option A, custom. The standard objects have started fields. Option B, standard objects are included with Salesforce. Option C, a new standard object can be created. Option D, only standard objects support master detailed relationship. Correct answer is option A and B. Next one. Ursa Major Solar is evaluating Salesforce for its service team and would like to know what objects were available out of the box. Which three of the standard objects are available to an administrator considering a support use case? We have to choose three answers. Option A is contract. Option B, case. Option C is ticket. Option D, request. Option E, account. Correct answer is option A, B and E. Next question. The administrator at CloudKick has been asked to replace two old workflows rules that are doing simple field updated when the lead is created to improve processing time. What tool should the administrator use to replace the workflow rules? Option A, quick action flow. Option B, before save flow. Option C is scheduled flow. Option D is screen flow. Correct answer is option B. Our next question is, the VP of the sales at Dreamhouse Reality has requested a dashboard to visualize enterprise sales across the different teams. The key place of data is the total of all the sales for the year and the progress of the enterprise sales goal. What dashboard component will effectively show this number and the proximity of the total goal as the single value? Option A, table. Option B, stacked bar. Option C is donut. Option D is gauze. Correct answer is option D. The sales rep has left the company and the administrator has been asked to reassign all their accounts and opportunities to a new sales rep and keep the team as in. What tool should the administrator use to accomplish this? Option A, data loader. Option B is mass transfer tool. Option C, data import wizard. Option D is dataloader.io. Correct answer is option B. Welcome back. We really need your support and motivation to keep this going. We really appreciate if you like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Let's begin. Next one. CloudKicks wants to allow customers to create their own cases while visiting its public homepage. What should the administrator recommend? Option A, SMS response. Option B, web to case. Option C, email to case. Option D, omni-channel. Correct answer is option B. Next. The administrator at universal container needs to simple way to trigger an alert to the director of sales when opportunities reach the amount of this. What should the administrator configure to meet this requirement? $500,000. Option A, set up the big deal alert for the amount. Option B, enable opportunity update reminders. Option C, opportunity warning in Kanban view. Option D, key deal component in the home page. Correct answer is option A. Next one. Ursa Major Solar wants to automatically notify a manager about any cases awaiting a response from an agent for more than 2 hours after case creation. Which feature should an administrator use to fulfill this requirement? Option A, assignment rule. Option B is case escalation rule. Option C is omni-channel supervisor. Option D is formula field. Correct answer is option B. Next one. A sales rep has a list of 300 accounts with contacts that they want to load at one time. Which tool should the administrator utilize to import the records to Salesforce? Option A, dataloader.io. Option B is dataloader. Option C is manual import. Option D is data import wizard. Correct answer is option D. Next one. Which two actions should an administrator perform with case escalation rule? Option A, reopen the case. Option B, send email notification. Option C, change the case priority. Option D, reassign the case. Correct answer is option B. Next one. The sales director at CloudKicks wants to be able to predict upcoming revenue in the next several fiscal quarter so that they can set goals and benchmark how reps are performing. Which two features should the administrator configure? Option A, sales quotes. Option B, opportunity list view. Option C is forecasting. Option D is opportunity stages. Correct answer is option A and C. Next one. Universal containers require a different lightning page to be displayed when accounts are viewed in the sales console and the service console. How should an administrator meet this requirement? Option A, update page layout assignment. Option B is define multiple record types. Option C, assign lightning pages as app default. Option D, create different user profiles. Correct answer is option C. Next one. An administrator at CloudKicks is building a flow that needs to be in the search of the record that meets certain condition and store values from those records in variable for use later in the flow. What flow element should the administrator add? Option A, assignment. Option B, get records. Option C, create records. Option D is update records. Correct answer is option B. Next one. An administrator at the CloudKicks has the flow in production that is supposed to create new records. However, new records are being created. What could the issue be? Option A, the flow is read only. Option B, the flow is inactive. Option C, the flow URL is deactivated. Option D, the flow trigger is missing. Correct answer is option B. Next one. The administrator that CloudKicks has created an approval process for time of request, which two automated actions are available to be added as a part of the approval process. Option A, field update. Option B, charter post. Option C, auto launched flow. Option D is email alert. Correct answer is option A and D. Next one. Universal containers requires that when an opportunity is closed, one, all other open opportunities on the same account must be marked as closed lost. Which automation solution should an administrator use to implement this request? Option A, quick action. Option B is workflow rule. Option C is flow builder. Option D is outbound message. The correct answer is option C. Next one. CloudKicks wants a report to categorize accounts into small, medium, and large based on the dollar value found in the contract value field. What feature should an administrator use to meet this requirement? Option A, detail column. Option B is bucket column. Option C is group rows. Option D is filter logic. Correct answer is option B. Next one. CloudKicks needs to be able to show different pick list values for sales and marketing users. Which two options will meet this requirement? Kindly read the given options. The correct answer is option A and B. Executives at CloudKicks have reported that their dashboards are showing inaccurate data. The administrator has discovered been changing the source code. Which two actions should the administrator take to preserve the integrity of the source reports? Option A, create a new report folder with viewer access. Option B, move a dashboard to the user's private folder. Option C, move a dashboard reports to the view only folder. Option D, change the dashboard to be a dynamic dashboard. Correct answer is option A and C. Next one. CloudKicks has decided to delete custom field. What will happen to the data in the field when it is deleted? Option A, the data in the field is stored for 20 days. Option B, the data is permanently deleted. Option C, the data associated with the field is required. Option D, the data is restorable from the recycle bin. Correct answer is option B. Next one. Which two solution could an administrator find on the App Exchange to enhance their organization? Option A, communities. Option B is consultants. Option C, components. Option D, customers. The correct answer is option A and C. Northern Trial Outfitters has requested that when the referral date field is updated on the custom object, referral source, the parent object referral also needs to be updated. Which automation solution should the administrator use to meet this request? Option A, Lightning Web Component. Option B, approval process. Option C is workflow field update. Option D is process builder. Correct answer is option D. Next one. Sales and customer care at Ursa Major Solar needs to see different fields in the case related list from the account record. Sales users wants to see case created date and status, while customer care would like to see owner status and contact. What should the administrator use to achieve this? Option A, related lookup filters. Option B, compact layout editor. Option C, page layout editor. Option D, search layout editor. The correct answer is option B,